laws, gospels, prophets, sages, Leviticus, laws to pause, find phrases, turning them corners, no spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines, hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound, plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the nappy blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered, spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ, flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message, flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered, spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ, flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message, flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Kaliaria. Hope I'm saying that right. Kali Aria. Thank you for the follow, friend. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. I'm glad to have you in here. I think my volume sounds all right there, so I'll take the earbuds out. I do not like listening to myself. I know if I get into gaming and those things, that if you're trying to listen to it and the reverb and the refeed and all of that, but I got mine set up mostly where I don't hear anything except what I'm saying. And so usually it doesn't get that, cycle of going back through. But anyway, I like to check when I start because frequently something goes wrong and the sound's not there. But welcome in, friend. Hope you're having a blessed day. This is I hope, a wonderful place to just hang out, relax, spend some time with other people, and enjoy. And mostly what I'm doing on this stream in the mornings for me is reading the Bible. Doesn't mean you need to be a Christian to hang out in here. Everyone is welcome, whatever you believe, so long as we treat each other with love and respect. That's it. Not a lot of rules around here. So, anyway, boy, I'm slow rolling today. Slow rolling, that seems like it for sure. So, fishes are looking good. By the way, I need to do some tank cleaning as I usually do by the end of the week, but they look good after coming back from vacation and them hanging out on their own for a week with they have vacation little food in there, but no regular feeding, no water cleaning, and they looked okay. So I was very happy with that. All right, let's take a peek at where we have been. I had this lined up earlier. There we go. I thought I had changed the color on this. Why did it change when I changed themes? I guess is what happened. Okay, let me try that again. There we go. Let's try. There we go. It's not changing it to yellow. This theme apparently does not let yellow show through. Interesting. Interesting. I kind of like it better in yellow. Wow, frames dropping, missing because of lag. Why am I lagging? I had that yesterday too. Let me look here a minute. Let's try this setting, see if yellow shines through. And now I'm lagging. There we go. That's not what I was doing. Go back. Suddenly, what I'm doing is jumping all around. This theme. Contrast. Lucis, welcome in, friend. Sorry, I'm just looking at the color there, and I did not like that it did not have yellow there, which is, I think, a little easier to read on the gray. So, it applied, not applied? Why did it? That's so weird. We'll try that. Hit apply. Weird. Usually it takes and redoes, like my screen goes totally black when I hit apply. And it's not doing that. Okay. It's still not giving me the yellow as a text. I wonder why that is. Sorry, I'm playing around with themes here. Trying to get this to look good. Because it says it's on yellow, but it's not giving me yellow in the colors available. But other things are, like the text at the top over here is yellow. Will it give me, I don't know if I want orange, but I'm just wondering, will it give me orange? No, it won't give me orange either. So we'll go back to yellow. All right. Anyway, I was just peeking at where we are. Maybe you highlight the words. Oh, well, no, this is changing the text. I have it highlighted, Lucis. See, I highlighted the whole page, but I could try that too to highlight just the words instead. No, see, it says it's on yellow right here. It's just not showing it as yellow. Let me try one. Oops. That's weird. If I do an individual cell, it won't let me do it. Oh, well. Anyway, I thought I had done it that way before, but that's apparently the difference between doing things in, what do I want to say? Oh, dark mode versus regular mode. Anyway, so we were in Ruth on Friday. We got through 2 chapters, and we have 2 chapters to finish in the book of Ruth. I think we should be able to do that today. Next Friday is Streamiversary, and I'm going to try to figure out, hey, Papstio, welcome in. Everything that I need to do, or everything I can do for next Friday for Affiliate-iversary, not Streamiversary. Streamiversary is just easier to say than Affiliate-iversary. But anyway, I was asking some friends on suggestions. One had a really good suggestion, but I'm not able to do it. And it was like, fill the room with balloons and have things along that. It's like, well, that's a great idea. One problem. My wife is allergic to balloons. So that's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to have balloons in the house. Yeah, my kids did not get to have balloons at parties. Unless they were the singular Mylar balloons. Those were okay. But the latex balloons, ixnay on the latex A. So, yeah, maybe the oldest had some balloon parties, balloons at times, but otherwise, no, my kids were deprived of balloons. But I do think, let me just go back to the other screen here a minute. I do think it would be fun to do in some way something that I could build up or hang on the fish tank or cover in front of the hats or do something. So I like that idea of making it into some kind of thing going on. Hey, I'm watching you people, welcome in. So trying to think of those ideas, but we will be doing stuff. And they made some good suggestions around do a bunch of point redeems, which is what I did for Affiliate-iversary in August. I did the no hat redeem. So it's a party in here. That's what I'm looking for. So I can't put party hats on the fish. That would be fun. But it does not work that way. It doesn't work. But anyway, next Friday we'll be doing something. I got to figure out what it is. I should hopefully have that by Monday. I don't know what's going on with my computer here. I'm dropping, missing some frames again today. I was doing that yesterday. I might have to go through and check if I have any updates that need updated in my computer since I was on vacation. There might be some of those that did not get rendered and or other things. So I'm watching. I finally decided to try riding around on my power chair. I'm supposed to be doing a test ride this morning, so I will only be here for another hour or so. Ooh, I did not hear. Did you? I knew that the last time you were trying to get it, there were issues with the chair. Yeah, if you're supposed to be doing a ride, I will be praying that is working out for you. Yeah, 24 hours, too, doesn't play well with OBS. Oh. Okay. Well, my other stream that is up 24/7. Hey, wait a minute. I just want to show Wywis. Wywis is hanging out, looking good. Or he was. He now settled down, but there's a good view of Wywis. So I thought I'd just peek at Wywis a minute. My other stream, I've got it on slobs. And it didn't like a few... Actually, Wywis is moving again. There we go. Wywis is saying, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Flat cat pastor rocks his tweet.
on slobs, and it did not like a couple of the music things that I had. I still need to do some more work on there, but I've got it up where it's 24/7 now, and it's working well in that regard. I still need to establish some times where I'm going to do co-working streams, not collab stream, co-working streams. Oh, that was the other thing I was thinking too. If anybody wanted to collab on next Friday, that would be fun, but it might be a little bit too late to figure that out. Thank you. I'm watching. I've had the new power chair for about a week and a half. Oh, it must have came in right before I went on vacation. There are just trials with getting around safely in a chair that I have a hard time scooting all the way back in. Your visiting nurse says she was going to meet me at the place I was trying to go in case I need any help and try to make sure I get home safe. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, sorry. Windows update 24 hours. Okay. And it's not playing well with OBS. Yeah. I heard some people talking about OBS having some issues earlier this week. As I'm looking, I'm not sure if it's OBS having problems with things or not. Oh, by the way, I have gotten a new possible internet provider that is fiber, and I was just looking at the options I have. I haven't made a commitment to go in this direction, but the options I have on fiber, I didn't know this. This was awesome when I looked at it. So instead of right now, and my current provider, because of the new option that I will have, took my 300 megabyte download speed and doubled it to 600 megabyte download speed. But oh, my upload is still only 20. I think it's 20. It's somewhere in the teens probably, actually. It's like, yeah, not great. But with fiber, whatever your download speed is your upload speed. So I can get 7 gigabytes going from 600 to 7,000 megabytes is what I could do, and that would also be my upload speed. Now there's 1, 2, 5, or 7, I think, are the categories, and I'm just like going, oh my goodness, what I could do. I wouldn't have any idea. I mean, I could do 4K and nobody could watch it because their download speeds, but I could do it anyway. So I've got to wait and decide or determine whether or not I am staying here for the next year and a half, or I will be working on another job in another location, and I won't want to have that bill. So anyway, Poex, good morning. The Lord has blessed us with another day. If y'all get a moment today, can y'all pray for my anxiousness? Ooh, what is the anxiousness around, Poex? If you want to share, or so that I can just pray directly. You, Mel, you have fiber 1 gig. Love it. Oh yeah. Donut Christian, I just got 7 gig, and it's great, and the provider is great. Well, here's the weird thing. This provider has been around since we moved in. We had 2 options, and they didn't have fiber, but we called them to try to get it set up. And they were giving us a hassle and a runaround about credit checks and about deposits and about all this other stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, we're not living in an apartment, and we have no credit history, okay? Like, we shouldn't be having to jump through all these hoops to get it hooked up. So we did not go with them to begin with. And they had no office to be able to go in and talk to in person. So, anyway.
Lo-fi _247 just followed.
Oh, hey! Lofty 24/7! Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Got a couple of new followers there. That's awesome. Do you have 10 gigabyte routers? That's a great question. I'm hooked up directly, and I know that they give you whatever coming into your house to start with. But yeah, all of my Wi-Fi are an old. Well, yeah, all of the. I have a, but I might need to replace. Shoot, I'm blanking on the name. A wired connector, and I can't think of the name. I might need to replace that with a higher speed. I think my cables can handle it, but they may not. I think I have Cat 7 cable that's running. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. That's a good thought, too. If I upgrade, I will have to potentially upgrade some other wires as well. Thanks for that thought, Papstio. Poex. Or is it Po? I still want to do the F there. Poex. It's actually kind of silly sometimes. I have a fear of getting a deadly illness. Even then, I try and stay healthy. I don't know. Sometimes it's just in my head, but got to trust the Lord that I know. Okay. Absolutely. No, you know what? I have decided. I mean, like when I was younger, I would have said, yes, that's silly. Why would you be so silly? You know what? I'm not worried about anything being silly anymore. If it is a reality for you, then it's real and it's not silly. And it is something that you have a struggle with and you need the Lord to overcome it. I am perfectly aligned with your prayer and going to be praying for you. So let's pray for our friend Poex this morning. God, we're just lifting up Poex for anxiety. We know we get consumed with things. Our minds race with things, and we sometimes do not have control of those things. So, God, we want you to quiet and still our minds. We want to put our faith and trust in you. The world around us seems so deadly. It's no wonder that we get consumed with thoughts of things that could happen, like getting a deadly illness. They seem to be prevalent or to be in a disaster. I've been traveling a lot in the last year, and there's been a lot of accidents traveling. It's really easy to get consumed by those thoughts. So guard our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Give us peace that surpasses understanding. Give us exactly what we need for today. Give us grace. Give us mercy. Give us your surrounding loving arms. We pray this for Poex. We pray this for everyone else who's watching the stream. We pray this for everyone who is here, who's watching the VOD later, for anyone who has something going on in their life. We just pray this and thank you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. There are all kinds of those things that we have that we might think about, that we might be consumed with, and we just needed to give them in prayer to God. Now, that is not to say if anyone is struggling with mental health that I am saying you can pray away mental health. Okay, I am not saying that, nor am I implying that. I'm saying those things that consume our minds that can cause us anxious. And now, if you have a mental health condition that has something to do with anxiety, depression, or those things, I'm not just saying pray those away. I'm saying pray and get professional assistance. Right there is the mental health. I thought that was it. Let me see. Is it this? Yeah. So the suicide prevention hotline, which, by the way, I am very thankful for. I shared this in Discord. I'm not going to give a lot of details. Circumstance and situation of my family, I'm not. So anyway, a nephew of mine earlier this week was gaming or playing online with a friend, gaming, and had taken too many pills, was trying to take his life. And the person called the suicide prevention hotline and got assistance for him. And he is now, he went to the hospital, and then they moved him to a mental health care facility. And so I'm very thankful for people who are online, who know that, who see symptoms, who notice, invite, challenge, and, reach out in need. And so I've got several different things, connections there. Be Nice is one of those that's mine locally that is just a way of talking about those things and challenging the stigma. That's one of the reasons why I'm not sharing a lot where they live. There is lots of stigma. So, and then Fresh Hope is a mental health support group for those with mental health challenges and their friends and family. Last, Amy. Hi, I'm my brother and friends. Good to see you at 2 a.m. Saturday here. Hey, happy Saturday. And I see you redeemed a prayer time. Amy, I'm going to see. Oh, that's right. I saw that you post elsewhere. You're saying uncle today who's dying of blood cancer. I have written a letter, have a copy of the four Gospels and 2 bookmarks to give him, which I've wrapped up. Please pray that I will be able to get the package into his hands, and the Lord will soften Leslie's heart to accept Jesus as his Savior before he passes away. Yes, I have several. Let me put it this way: when I was a child, there were several people that successfully in my family took their own life, and as an adult, I have several nieces and nephews that have attempted and none successfully. They have gotten help. I'm thankful for that, and then I have plenty of family members who struggle with mental health. So I'm glad that they've gotten help. I hope that this time the medication that he gets on is going to be better, and other members of my whole extended family on both sides have issues, and some are doing well with the right medication. Some may still be struggling. Okay, I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. I'm turning that down a little bit. Let's go ahead and pray for Leslie. God, you know the whole condition of Leslie and the blood cancer, and just how painful that might be, just how much time that might take of doing any treatments that are going on, but also just that whole process of facing reality of life and death. And so as Amy has an opportunity to go see someone who has been estranged, it's difficult to re-enter the life of someone that you're estranged from. So God, we pray that you'll soften and open his heart to her words, to her sharing, that you will prepare his heart and mind to know the truth, to know the fullness of your love for him, to seek and receive what she is bringing to him, to seek and receive the gospel, that he might be made right with you. God, we just pray this and thank you for this, to give her courage and strength and words to say and times to be silent, to allow the Spirit to move and work. God, dwell in her heart and mind and his as well, and anyone else who is there. God, we just pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Amy, for sharing that. I appreciate when people share what hopes they have for others in their lives and how to best approach. And we don't always know the way, but when we have a leading to do something, I think we should take and follow through and do what we feel led to do. So I'm going to be praying for you. And you said that's tomorrow. So tomorrow is in my tomorrow, Saturday, or tomorrow is in your Sunday? And it doesn't matter. I'm just curious if it will happen while today for me or tomorrow, so I can continue to pray. Okay, so we had a couple of new followers today, and I haven't seen much chatting by them, and that's okay. Lurkers are welcome. Lurkers are loved. And but I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Not sure where you found me. Yesterday I had a couple of new people finding me under the Christian tag. I love that. That's awesome. I know not everyone uses the Christian tag who's Christian. I don't think they need to. But since I'm a pastor, I felt like for me, if you came in and all of a sudden I said, by the way, I'm a pastor, I did not want anyone to say, you're bait and switching me, and I didn't know this, or I wouldn't have spent time here, or any other such thing. So that's one reason I'm totally upfront with all of that. And I get people coming in with challenges from time to time, but not always. So, okay. So here's where we are. We're jumping into Ruth. Now, if you were not here, and it's been a couple of weeks since we started Ruth, we might need to do a little bit of a refresher. So, what happens when we opened the story is that there is no bread in the house of bread. Yes, that is the literal way that it opens. There is no bread in the house of bread. Bethlehem is the house of bread, Bethlehem, and the famine literally means no bread. So that's where you can translate it from a literal standpoint. We also were spending time looking at the names, and I'm not going to remember them all. I want to say my God is King, had two, along with Pleasant, had two sons named Sickly and Frail. They all went to a not my people, that's the name of Moab, to that country where there was food. They hung out for a while, and the father died, and lo and behold, Sickly and Frail died. But before they died, they married two women, one called Friendship, and the other, I think, is Fleetness, if I remember. The translation of Orpah is debated, so not quite firm on what that means. But anyway, and now they've returned. And Ruth has been working in the field of Boaz. And we can go look up names as we go along. I'm Feely. LOL. I followed a little bit ago, but you lurk sometimes while working, like I am right now. Oh, well, thank you. Think I did find you from the Christian tag, though. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think you've spoken before. We did have two. I could have to go look. I don't know where. I don't have it arranged right now. Well, to tell me where the events happen. I don't have that on my screen. So, anyway. But I know there were 2 followers today. Oh, you're so welcome, Amy, for the prayer. Anytime. I mean, I do have it as a redeem for 7 7 measly points. But that's really just so that people come in and they know that they can redeem prayer. Just because I'm a pastor doesn't mean that people would assume they could interrupt. There's not an interruption to pray. No, I don't mean it that way. I mean, we're going to stop and focus on it. And it's going to be a shift in what we're doing. Okay. I am going to look just a second. This screwed up the screen. Okay. The other day when I changed it, but I'm going to try it again. So I didn't try it yesterday. Wednesday, it caused a problem on the stream. But before we get started, let me see. Well, if I change that, does it do anything? Something happened here with my title of Scripture. Weird. Why is it so stinking long? Oh my goodness, this is weird. Okay. Now I just lost it. It's gone. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Can it tell me what the... No, it doesn't give me the defaults. You know what? Yes, let's switch to defaults. And we'll try again. Oops, don't need that. Hit enter. Does that change all of it? It did not. And where is it? I have no idea where it is. I'll have to play with that later. Okay, so I had put this up here earlier this year when I've been rearranging things so that people would know what we're reading, and then this week it's had problems, and now it's totally gone, so I don't know what. Galaxy, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you, friend. Millstorm, praise report. Hey, love those. You've been praying for a year for a job change to transfer closer to home. And your first day back at that location was this past Saturday. Awesome, friend. Awesome. Yay God. Let's get some yay gods in the chat. That is what a good buddy of mine always said whenever something good was going on that God did. He always said, yay, God. So I call those yay, God moments when you can celebrate. A lot of people say praise the Lord and all of that, but that kind of gets like, oh, well, do you mean praise the Lord by like that TV show? No, I mean like praise the Lord like what it says in the Bible. But if you say yay, God, it's a little bit different. So yay, awesome, let's go, exactly. And a spot of tea. I have Earl Grey all day today. Earl Grey all day. I also, by the way, have started occasionally throwing cinnamon in my tea. Just what is it? A half? No, maybe it's a quarter of a teaspoon of cinnamon in with my tea. It's really good. It's really good, but you don't want too much. Yeah. Ooh, English breakfast for life. I like variety. I like variety. In Earl Grey, yes. Yes, I put the cinnamon in either the Earl Grey or in the English breakfast. They're dark enough teas that they can handle the cinnamon. I don't think that like my lighter teas could handle that amount of cinnamon in there. So yeah, you have a cup of herbal tea to help you sleep, cooling now. Yeah, I use sleepy time tea. I have a couple other teas that I did turmeric yesterday, turmeric and ginger, which was good. Yes, I did see your collection on Discord. My daughter did a thing, and we'll get to Ruth, don't worry about it. My daughter did a thing in college where I don't remember where they posted or whatever, but people would mail them tea, and they had this whole wall of tea that they had people mailing them tea in college, and we're trying different teas, and people mailed them tea, which was a whole lot of fun. So she was always showing off her wall of tea. I, however, am to the point where I am snooty about tea in a bag. I want loose leaf tea. I don't want that tea dust. Just saying. I'm a little snooty in that way. Last, I was taking sleeping pills, but I've come off them. They affect cognitive function. I learned to come off them. Yeah. On another note, just thinking about sleeping, I've been watching a person talking about breathing exercises as a way to help sleep. And then also, and I didn't see the fullness, like it was a clip, and it was saying, here are the things that you should do. 10, 3, 2, or maybe it was 3, 1, 1. I can't remember what it was, but only in the clip, he only talked about 10 and 3. So 10 hours before going to bed, stop all caffeine. 3 hours before bed, stop all food. And then I didn't get to the rest of it because it just clipped out. It was just taking a clip from that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And, I have been trying not 10 hours ahead of bedtime, but I'm going to try to push that with the caffeine and the 3 hours with food. I used to be good at it, and now I'm not as good at it with the 3 hours before bed. I end up tending to snack in that 3 hour time. But also talks about oxygen levels and then breathing exercises to help go to sleep, which is pretty cool. Is there sleepy time loose? It's been forever since I was in Celestial Seasonings. Love the mint room. Let me just share what I drink. Come on. It's not Celestial Seasons. Yes, it's amazing what we can do before we end up needing to take a pill. Yes. All right. Let me just switch off this screen while I log in. I don't think it's going to show anything. It should have it all hidden. Yes, it's all hidden. Okay. But just in case. Okay. Here we go. This is the one that I just ordered, and I really, really like it. So this is Davidson's Sleep Infused. So it has chamomile, Gatu Cola, I don't know what that is, or orange peel, lavender petals, cinnamon, licorice, and cardamom. And it is kosher. So, and it's from Reno, Nevada. So this is my new sleep time tea. And let me look at the second picture here so you can see what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? And It's got all those little things, and I've thought about trying to, and I have done with a few things, try to just collect them myself and try to blend flowers for tea. This one is just fantastic. So there's the one that I have, and you see it's not too expensive. Can I share this? Where is the link to share? There should be one. This is the hard thing sometimes when you're in dark mode. It's hard to find some of those links like that because it might be one of these things here that aren't showing up. I guess I'll just do it this way. Oh, you know what? Let me do it a different way. I would just type this. And put that in the chat. There you go. There's the name of it. Anyway, there's another company that I've used for other tea as well. That's more floral teas, which is fun. Go back. Oh, it must be on the next page. Yeah, here it is. I used this. I did this one as well. Here's another one. This one has chamomile spearmint, valerian root, and it's another company that does things. So I'll this one was also good. Oh, it's not giving me the name of the company. Oh, it's Hearts of America. Hearts of America is what it is. So that's an American tea. So I don't know internationally which of these you could or could not get, but if you go look for Sleepy Time. And one of the things with Amazon, okay, I know Amazon gets a bad rap on some things, and rightly so, but as far as some things, they are coming directly from small companies, from the plantation, from the farmer where they're grown, and able to be shipped directly to you without middlemen in between. I love that with my teas. So, okay. Amy, I'm a night snacker too. Been praying to break the cycle. I've come off 7 medications since losing 60 pounds since July. Oh, that's awesome, Amy. Congratulations on that. Poe, I used to drink around 3 cups of coffee a day, not necessarily for caffeine. I just love sipping coffee, but I now limit myself to 1 per day. Yeah, and that's part of my problem is I have gotten so used to, at least I don't feel like I'm drinking it for the caffeine, so that's where I'm looking at. I may even go start switching Earl Grey decaf and English breakfast decaf just to cut my total caffeine intake. But I drink like 2 liters of tea a day of English breakfast or Earl Grey, at least 1.5 liters, and then I'll have another liter of tea of another kind later in the day. Like I'm constantly have a full mug in front of me that I'm drinking. You're on their website, looks fancy? Yeah. David's Organ. Yeah, I typed that. This stream isn't sponsored by anything. I know. I'm like, when am I getting a hat spot? Actually, okay. I had a thought of if I ever owned a hat company. It would be Dapper Hats, of course, obviously. It would be Dapper Flat Caps is what it would be. But I've thought of what I would do. Okay, so this stays between all of us until somebody wants to, be my business partner and put the money together. So my logo that was just there with the fancy paisley, like I just was thinking the other day, nobody's doing like Hawaiian shirt style. Now that's not exactly what I mean, but I hope you get the idea. Like this is a normal style, like you look at most of my others, they're normal style what if we turned that up a notch, and we did the Hawaiian shirts style of flat caps, like bold prints that you see on like Hawaiian shirts, but on flat caps. That's the hat company that I want to run. I can't make hats. I mean, I could probably actually. I do sewing. It'd take me a while, but anyway. Fact that you're saying this stays between us all on a public stream site is hilarious. I listen to radio hosts that do that all the time, so yes. I'm anti-flat cap, but I'd buy yours. No promise I'd wear. Hey, no worries, no worries. I was on a bunch of painkillers as the weight I was carrying was pushing the vertebrae. Oh, yeah, I knew. I think you had talked about having your vertebrae fractured. Yeah, and then that would make sense. You don't need them now, or acne pills, stomach acid pills. Oh, that's all awesome. Praise God. Yay, God, Amy. And here's the bigger thing I'm going to be praying, that continues. That you continue to walk in that it does not return, because all of that hard work that you did, it is like, I don't know if you ever had the show The Biggest Loser, but there's a whole bunch of weight loss shows and all of that, and people that lose a lot of that weight, they end up gaining it back depending upon how you do it. And I've tried to do those things, make lifestyle changes that I intend to stick with, not just try to lose the weight, but try to change lifestyles. So, yeah, Pickles, my dog, has gone to sleep because she hasn't had coffee today. Okay, great convo. I love it. I love it. I love it. But let's get into Ruth today so we can finish the book of Ruth. Okay. And by the way, when Naomi came back, her name means pleasant, and everyone was saying, "Hey, Naomi's here," and she's like, "Don't call me pleasant, call me bitter, because I went away full. I had a husband and 2 sons, and I've come back empty. I have a daughter-in-law." She's expecting nothing from and no value in Ruth. Why? Because that's what society has led her to believe. That sons are of value, daughter-in-laws are of no value. What can a daughter-in-law do for her? Yeah, you need to continue on this vein. You still have relational issues with food and body image. Yes. And there's a difference between having continued battle with that, and that may continue, and letting the things that contributed. Actually, I just saw a friend of mine last month that I had not seen in, well, it's over a year. It might even be, but probably closer to 2 years. And she had lost 100 pounds. I did not recognize her at all. I had never seen her that small. I literally did not even recognize her at all. And so it really is about changing of mind and changing of behaviors, which are hard to maintain when we have old patterns that are easy to fall into. Okay, so at that time, which time is this? I believe this is going to be the barley harvest. The phrase appears sometime later, does not appear in Hebrew, but is supplied to mark an implicit shift in time from the events. Okay. Yeah, your brain is yeah, all of ours are like. Okay, at that time, Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, "My daughter, I must find a home for you so you will be secure." Now remember that part of her argument of why you should not come with me is I cannot find a home for you. You should return to your mother's house, which is an interesting phrase because normally you would think return to your father's house. But since it is she who was the head of household and daughter-in-laws who were there, we go with the return to mother's house. And now she, being head of house, is saying, I've got to secure something for you. So she did not see it as a possibility. If you want to tag along, fine, tag along, but life is going to be miserable. But that's not what happened. Everyone welcomed her back, and then Boaz welcomed in Ruth. So now she has now changed her mind and attitude in a small degree, if not in total. I don't think it's total yet, but she has now began to see hope. Hope for herself, hope for Ruth through the actions of Boaz. Okay. Now Boaz, with whose female servants you worked, is our close relative. And this should be the translation of kinsman redeemer, I believe. Is not Boaz our close relative? Okay. So it's idiomatic. Okay, so they're just changing it. So he is a close relative. Okay. I was thinking this was kinsman redeemer. For some reason, I think this translation doesn't like to do the kinsman redeemer, if I remember right. So that's what I was thinking it was doing, is avoiding that and just talking about the relation. But apparently here, it's just about the relationship, the relative standing. Look, tonight he is winnowing barley at the threshing floor. So bathe yourself. Okay, just thinking, if you want good advice on courting, take a bath. That's a good advice. That seems like good advice. I'm just kidding. The perfect with the prefix vav consecutive here indicates a series of instructions. Okay, so this is a series of advice. Bathe yourself. Rub on some perfumed oil and get dressed up. So, look pretty and smell good. That's the advice here. Now, maybe as a Moabite, she doesn't know these things. She probably does. So this isn't necessarily instructions that Ruth would not know. This is instructions for us as the audience to know to the degree of which she is presenting herself. Then go down to the threshing floor, but do not let the man know you're there until he finishes his meal. Okay, so he needs to finish his work. He's working right now. He needs to finish his meal. What is there a footnote on this? What are they going to say about that? Finishes eating and drinking until he has finished. Okay. So the footnote's just a clarity on the way that it's translated. So he needs to finish eating. He needs to have his satisfaction of food that he's planned, which he's going to be having from the feast that he has just, the harvest he's just done. When he gets ready to go to sleep, take careful notice of the place where he lies down. Then go uncover his legs. Traditionally, I think this is feet. The noun margalat at the place for the feet, but in Daniel the word refers to legs or region of the legs. For this reason, legs or lower body is preferred translation. Interesting. I did not know that, because foot is sometimes used euphemistically for the genitals. Some feel that Ruth uncovered Boaz's genitals for okay. Well, okay. I don't think that because of saying legs. I think it's euphemistic of the legs, yes, or euphemistic of things. What study app website are you using? I am using Net Bible. It's netbible.org. So, I know I end up covering up all of that, but somewhat that's intentional, but somewhat it's just placing for making VODs. Okay. So they're saying, we're going to go with legs. It can be understood legs, because if you go with feet, then people want to just go euphemistically. See, and I think Ruth is speaking euphemistically. And others want to say, well, if she's speaking euphemistically, what she's really saying is go have sex with him. No, I don't think that's what happens in context at all. But anyway. And lie down beside him. Okay, what do we have here on the lie down? Then I will lie down. Oh, it's first person, then you will lie down. Okay. So in textual issue, the words beside him are supplied in the translation. Lie down there. Okay. He will tell you what you should do. Ruth replied to Naomi, I will do everything you have told me to do. So, instructions on, hey, he has shown blessing towards you. He is a close relative. He has the possibility of being a kinsman redeemer, is implied in the text, even if it's not there. So how do you go do this? You go make your intentions known. How does she make her intentions known? She makes her intentions known by dressing up well, by smelling really good, and then go and making herself available to him. Okay? That's really what this is. But what's interesting is don't talk to him face to face in the daylight. Wait for him to lie down to sleep and then lie down next to him. That's a weird kind of scenario of just lay next to him and see what happens. He'll tell you what to do. So she went down to the threshing floor and did everything her mother-in-law had instructed her to do. When Boaz had finished his meal and was feeling satisfied, he lay down to sleep at the far end of the grain heap. So he's laying down next to the grain heap. Why? Because he just did all the work of putting the grain there, of working on the grain. He's there protecting what he did. Also, it might be, if you're laying on some of that, it might be a nice comfy bed. I don't know. Then Ruth crept up quietly, uncovered his legs, and lay down beside him. In the middle of the night, he startled and turned over. Now he saw a woman lying beside him. Okay, with the connotation of the feet, I've always felt like she was like laying at the foot of the bed, at his feet, not right beside him. Let me see what this says here in the footnote of the at his legs. Okay, laying at his legs. Yeah, see, I've always read this as like laying at the feet. So he wasn't going to roll over and put his arm around her. Let me see, what is this? Saw the woman. Now he saw the woman. The narrator writes that Boaz's perspective, both the narrator and the reader know the night vision is Ruth, but Boaz's perspective, she is simply a woman. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't change the story for me in thinking of that. It's just, oh, okay. That would seem more natural, but culturally, it felt like, laying at the feet in a posture of submitting to whatever instructions he might give. That's kind of how I read that, I guess. Anyway, I don't think it changes the story there. The only part that changes is whether or not you think there's any relations happening. The fact that it's reading like this, that he wakes up and is startled, and what takes place, to me, makes it clear there are no relations happening, even though the metaphor, euphemistically, could refer to genitals. It's not necessary, and or it doesn't mean anything happened, if that makes sense. Okay. He said, "Who are you?" She replied, "I am Friendship, your servant." I just love saying her name, meaning instead of her name. "Marry your servant, for you are a guardian." That's what they do, the kinsman redeemer. They do a guardian of the family interest. Okay. Yeah, and spread your wing or skirt over your servant. Many medieval Hebrew manuscripts have the plural dual your wings rather than singular your wing skirt. The latter is more likely here in the context of Ruth's marriage proposal. In the metaphorical account in Ezekiel, God spreads his skirt over naked Jerusalem as the act of protection and as the precursor to marriage. Thus, Ruth's words can be taken in effect. I still would go with the spread your wing over me instead of marry me, but they're trying to convey the meaning more than the words, so I don't have a problem with that. Just saying my preference. One of the young men... Oh, sorry. I skipped ahead. Wrong Mary. Marry your servant, for you are a guardian of family interest. Let's see this. By proposing marriage, Ruth goes beyond the letter of Naomi's instructions, and Naomi told Ruth that Boaz would tell her what to do. Though she is more aggressive than, I have not thought of it that way, more aggressive than Naomi told her to be, she is still carrying out the intent of Naomi's instructions, which were designed to lead to marriage. Sometimes translated redeemer, the guardian redeemer, my family redeemer. In context, Boaz, as a redeemer, functions as a guardian of the family interest who has responsibility for caring for widows of the deceased kinsman. Yes, which is why kinsman redeemer. I like redeemer. Guardian, okay. Guardian to me gives the connotation of protecting what's already in place. Redeemer is restoring, okay? So that's why I like redeemer, because Ruth has lost something. There's not something to be protected. Yes, she needs a guardian to protect her, but the act of now marrying her and restoring her to being able to have children is restoring her into society in a way, restoring her into the family line, and restoring the name of her husband by the way that it happens. So he's redeeming the husband who is dead, and he's redeeming the widow. Like guardian just feels like I'm a protector. I'm going to make sure you got food, shelter, and clothing. And it's so much more than that. So I don't like the guardian issue. It's not deep enough for me to talk about all the things. Redeemer also then plays into what Jesus does. Jesus isn't just our guardian to protect us from the devil. He restores us. He puts us in right relationship. It's so much more. I'm gonna snooze the ad coming in quick here, because I don't want to end where we're at now. So anyway, if you're ever run into the kinsman redeemer, not fully understood that, the whole act of a kinsman redeemer, first, is to restore the name of the deceased relative. Second is to restore the widow. Okay, so it's a both and then provide for the widow and any children that would subsequently come. So and it only is needed when there are no children. Okay, so if your husband dies and you're childless, you need a redeemer to redeem you into the family and redeem the name of your deceased husband. So when that happens, the first child you have is the descendant legally, not biologically, of your first husband, so that the name and the land that was your husband's would pass to the first son through the redeeming of the family lineage and the family name, and would go to that son. The second son is the firstborn son of your second husband, and all of his family line and land would pass to him from his biological father, who's also his legal father. So I know that's a weird thinking, and then I don't know what happens if you only have daughters from the second husband. Is there a way to redeem? It doesn't really explain it fully. My guess would be it could, by implications of the way that if a man dies without a son could happen, that if you have multiple girls and no sons by your second husband, that the oldest could stand in the same way that a daughter could stand in for inheritance of the land. But we don't have any examples that say that. But the restoration of the family, the restoration of the deceased, the restoration of the widow, is so important in the whole thing there. And then talking about Jesus as Redeemer to me. But anyway, there we go. Lots of asides. Why would we just read through the text when we can spend 10 minutes talking about one word? And we didn't even look it up. Okay. Where were we at? Oh, yes. Oh, the thought of Ruth going beyond the instructions of Naomi. Lay there and do whatever he says. Okay, but Naomi doesn't say, don't engage him in conversation. He asked, who is this laying here beside you? Also, if he's saying, spread your wing over me, she could mean this in a double way. Like, I'm laying here next to you. You could spread your wing over me. If she's laying beside him instead of at the feet, or even by the feet, hey, come and Wrap your arm around me as we sleep. Take your blanket and cover me in a physical stance, as well as in a family stance, because she does say, I'm your servant. You are a kinsman of mine. You are the kinsman of the family interest. I don't like the way that that's worded, but anyway. Okay. So he said, may you be rewarded by the Lord, my dear. This action of devotion is greater than what you did before. That is such a fascinating thought. He sees this action of devotion, which is to Naomi and to him, as greater than what she did before. What did she do before? She followed Naomi on behalf of her husband. She's following Naomi on behalf of her husband to redeem the name of her husband, and because of her love for Naomi, and she has taken on all of the things and done all of the work. So she's done all of these acts of love on behalf of her deceased husband, on behalf of Naomi, to provide for them, to care for Naomi, and all those things. And he's saying, what you just did was even greater than that. What did she do? She asked an old man on some level, not a cute little young guy, to do this. And he says, for you have not sought to marry one of the young men, whether rich or poor. Like you didn't go after a young strapping guy that everyone else is wooing over. Excuse me a second. Maybe I should say swooning over. Now, my dear, don't worry. I intend to do for you everything you propose. Okay. Everything which you are saying I will do for you. So, yes, this is where they're saying marry, and it is implied, but anyway, he says, I will do all of that for you. For everyone in the village knows you are a worthy woman. Worthy woman? Sorry. This is what happens sometimes when you get the double words there. Worthy woman. Woman of strong character. Woman of noble character. The same phrase is used in Psalm 31 to describe the ideal wife. Emphasis on the ideal woman's industry, her devotion to her family, her concern for others, characteristics of Ruth had demonstrated. Yeah, a worthy woman. I like woman of strong character better than worthy. Or woman of noble character. Like, you're worthy. Yeah, anyway. Now, yes, it is true that I am a guardian, but there is another guardian who is closer relative than I am. So for instance, if you're going to step in and be the kinsman redeemer, it would be for instance, if we go to the story of Tamar, so Judah's oldest son dies. The second son is the closest kinsman redeemer. So he marries, he dies. The next closest is the third son, who he will not let marry. But if there was not a third son, then you go towards the uncle, and then one of the uncle's sons would be the closest kinsman redeemer. So it's just tracing the family lineage of her father-in-law, and he's saying, hey, there's someone closer in relation to you than I am. Though I qualify, someone else, this is going to sound bad, someone else has first call, first dibs, I'll say it this way, first responsibility. So, you've got Net Bible on your iPad now. Thanks for sharing it. Cool website. Yeah, and this started out as an electronic Bible. I want to say the project started maybe 30 years ago. It was finished at least 25 years ago. And it was designed when there was not the Bible app, because there were no apps on phones yet. And it was designed because a lot of the existing Bibles would not give licenses to have their Bibles electronically. So they created this Bible to do that, and then they put all the footnotes in it. Oh, you use Life Application Bible? Cool. Oh, Life Bible app, yes. You should be able to get this in there, I believe, as well. If you're doing a study, you can pick, yeah, well, back in the day, yeah. You can pick Net Bible as your translation if you're doing, I know some, I don't know if all, I've only done a couple of things on the Bible app. But you can pick it as the translation to read. I don't think it gives you the footnotes there, though. Okay. For everyone in the village knows. Now, yes, it is true that I am a guardian, but there is another guardian who is a closer relative than I am. Remain here tonight. Then in the morning, if he agrees to marry you, fine, let him do so. But if he does not want to do so, I promise as surely as the Lord lives to marry you. Okay, so two things. One, don't leave now. Stay here. Two, I'm going to fix this matter whether I get to do it or not do it, okay? I care about you and your character and your love for Naomi and what you've demonstrated. I'm going to make sure that this is resolved, and I'm going to do it personally. I mean, this is where we're seeing, I mean, we've already seen some glimpses of the trueness of who Boaz is by caring for her, protecting her, and then instructing others, and his generosity towards others, and the way that his servants respect him and interact with him, and then the generosity which he gives Ruth. And now he's also protecting her reputation too. Watch how this happens. Sleep here until morning. So she slept beside him until morning. I'm going to see if that changes from the feet. The context, Ketheb, has the singular, his legs, while the marginal reading has the plural, his legs. Okay. Okay, not worried about the singular plural aspect there. She woke up while it was still dark. Boaz thought, no one must know that a woman visited the threshing floor. Then he said, hold out your shawl you are wearing and grip it tightly. As she held it tightly, she measured out 60 pounds of barley in the shawl and put it on her shoulders. Then he went into town and she returned to her mother-in-law. Okay. Let's not miss something here. This is an easy thing to do. Oh, it is on there with the app. Okay, or the notes. Did not know it had the notes. I've only looked at like in the reading and I didn't see it in the reading, but maybe I missed it. Okay. No one must know that a woman visited the threshing floor. Just looking, is there anything? Okay. So Naomi has told her to go do something. That would be a social faux pas, I guess is a way to say it. A social faux pas. She's going to be looked down on, perhaps, if she is found to be at the threshing floor with a man who she's not married to and not engaged to, okay? So Boaz knows this. So while they are before daylight, he doesn't, like, he could just send her away before daylight, right? And if he sends her away before daylight, she doesn't have to get very far away, and then nobody knows where she's coming from, right? But instead, he sends her with a whole bunch of barley. Now, you could just look at it, oh, he's sending barley as a endowment, for marriage to give to Naomi. He doesn't say that. This is all part of a woman must not visit the threshing floor. So someone's going to know you did, no matter when you leave. He understands someone's going to. So everyone watched. Check this out a minute. I think this is an accurate understanding of it. Everyone in town has watched the studiousness of Ruth working diligently. If they see Ruth walking in the morning with 60 pounds of barley in her shawl, they're going to just think, wow, Ruth worked all night so that she could get that barley taken care of, so she could bring it back to Naomi. They're not going to think, hey, where did she get it? They're going to think Ruth was studiously working. It will take away any connotations that she was with a man all night. They'll just think she was working all night. So I don't think this is simply a, hey, here's a gift for your mother-in-law, don't return on empty-handed. I think it's also a, hey, this will throw everybody off the trail of gossiping about you when you return. They aren't going to gossip about you in the sense of, ooh, she was down at the threshing floor overnight. Ooh, and she's returning. Walk of shame in the morning. No. Ooh, man, she was working all night. Look, this gal will not quit. All she ever does is take care of her mother-in-law. Man, somebody ought to marry her. That's what I think he's doing here a little bit. I think he's doing that a little bit. Okay. And if you disagree, I don't think it's that big a deal. Let's see if we can finish this in a minute and a half. When Ruth returned to her mother-in-law, Pleasant asked, "How did things turn out for you, my daughter?" Okay, she doesn't see the 60 pounds. Ruth told her all the man had done for her. She said, "He gave me the 60 pounds of barley, for he said, 'Do not go to your mother-in-law empty-handed.'" See, we read that here, and we think it's just as a gift. But if we do not have that information up above, we don't want you. So I think it's a both and. It is, I don't want to say it's a cover story, but it is a cover story for why were you at the threshing floor if someone sees you. But it is also a gift. Then Naomi said, "Stay put, my daughter, until you know how the matter turns out, for the man will not rest until he has taken care of this matter." Like, ooh, this worked out so good. Now, what I'm wondering here, she asked how it turned out, told her all that the man had done for her. Doesn't say, "Oh, but BT Dubs, I suggested he marry me first before he, said he would. I had to give the invitation to him. I had to make it clear to him." Like, here's the part that's weird. Like, dress up so that he'll notice that you're interested in him, but then go under the cover of darkness so that he won't see that. So maybe that's why she felt she needed to make it more clear. All right, we got ad break coming in. Let's check out the fishies.
Flat cap past her ox's tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cap pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small. Life in ponds so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may.
Yep, ads coming in. Yep.
Refuse Cammy shows it all, little fish both big and small.
All right. It says we should be back. We should be back. Okay. So, if you can't figure out why I love the Book of Ruth, the name meaning of things, the intrigue of things, the prominence of names that are going on. So, freedom. What do you mean freedom? Freedom from the ads? You mean the Book of Ruth? Yes. Okay. Yeah, ads, yes. Okay. Now Boaz went up to the village gate and sat there. Okay. This is one of those things like if you don't know culturally what is going on, um, the elders of the city would sit at the city gate, and that's where you would go to settle disputes. So if someone is coming into the city and has a dispute against someone in the city, you have all the government officials right there, the city elders. If someone in the city is looking for them and going to go out and someone is trying to escape from the matter, the city elders are sitting there. It's not that a city can't have more than one gate. So there's probably the most prominent gate is where they are sitting. And that's where you bring disputes to. The elders of the city who are there, you bring the dispute. Then along came the guardian whom Boaz had mentioned to Ruth. I love this guy's name is never, ever, ever, ever mentioned. Now, perhaps if you did the genealogical studies of the other relatives that could have been an uncle or a nephew or a brother of Boaz, I don't know who it is. You could take, yeah, he's not an important character. He is an important character, but he's important from the standpoint of this. This to me, okay. Okay. Remember Jacob and Esau. Let's go back a minute. Let's remember Jacob and Esau, okay? Esau is willing to sell his birthright. And with the birthright comes being the Behor, being the one who is to oversee the care of the whole family. And he has total disregard for it. He doesn't want the responsibility of caring for the whole family, but Jacob does, and Jacob steals it from him. It's not just about, ooh, I wanted more land. I wanted to have more of the property. No, with the double portion comes double responsibility to make sure of the well-being of everyone in the household. So here we have again someone who is Esau in the story who has the opportunity to be the caregiver for the family like Esau did and had total disregard for it, had regard for something else instead, and just is willing to give it away for nothing. And Boaz, just like Jacob, wants to care for others in the family and step up into that role and do what is necessary to care for others. Now, in the time when Jacob and Esau are happening, there are no other people yet to care for, but Jacob does step into that role. I think Boaz is doing the same thing here, although there's just Ruth alone to care for. And I guess you could say Naomi too, by extent. Okay. This is what excites me about stuff, people. These connections. But no name is here. Let me see. What does it literally say? I want to say there is something in here. Like a Veggie's Tales, I have been in here since the beginning and have never gotten a name. A green onion. Yes. Exactly. He who shall not be named. Okay, I'm going to go over here. I thought there was, and maybe it's a different place where we do the, he wasn't named more directly naming. The kinsman, yeah, it's a kinsman. I've got it ready in case we want to go look in a minute. Okay. Poe, hey, Pastor, just wanted to let you know, by God's grace, your prayer has worked. I now feel so much safer and no more what if I get this or that. Oh, yay! And sometimes God answers that quickly, and sometimes it takes longer, but I am so thankful for that. Yay, God. You feel great. Thank you. Thank you for asking for prayer. I always appreciate being able to pray for people. I think it takes courage to ask other people to pray for you. I mean, even if you do it a lot, it still does. And not that people are going to reject it, but you are sharing concerns and needs with people, and you're trusting them to respect that and to care for you because you did. So, I'm so happy. Okay. Yay, God. Let me just drop that in the chat. Oops. That was weird. I clicked on it and then it disappeared. There we go. Okay. Boaz said, Come here. What's your name? Oh, there's where it was. Okay, this was what I was looking for. So it mentions that that's what I was ready to do. The Hebrew idiom literally means such and such, or a certain one. The idiom is used when one wishes to be ambiguous. Certainly Boaz could have named his relative's name, especially in such a small village, and would have uttered his actual name. However, the narrator refuses to record his name in a form of poetic justice because he refused to preserve Mahlon's name lineage by marrying his widow. This close relative, who is a literary foil for Boaz, refuses to fulfill the role of the family guardian and is relegated to anonymity in the chapter otherwise filled with names, and in contrast to Boaz's prominence, because the actual name of this relative is not recorded. The translation of the expression is difficult. Yes, it is. But I like that. Come here, what's your name? That's so hilarious. Come here, what's your name? And sit down. So he came, and he sat down, and Boaz chose 10 of the village leaders. Okay. I'm wondering why 10? Why 10? I don't know. Like, I have a number for 10 here specifically because, I like to look for what numbers mean and symbolize. 7 being the number of totality and completeness. 12 being the number of tribes. I don't know. 10 just being an official number. Maybe. Yes, Amy, the peace of God which surpasses all understanding is truly remarkable. Yeah. And said, sit down here. Settle up next to me, you whippersnapper. I might call him a numbskull. That seems to have become my new word, my new favorite word for people this year is numbskull. Which I think Twitch wouldn't let a few people put in the chat, if I remember right. And said, sit down here. So they sat down. So he invites the what's your name to sit down, and he invites the 10 elders to sit down. Hey, Samarella, tried to sleep, but I can't. Get comfy with whatever I do. You can't get comfy with whatever you do. And for some reason, I'm cursing for no reason in my mirror. Oh. Are you cursing at yourself, or you're just, cursing from circumstance? Samarilla, welcome in, by the way. We are in the book of Ruth. We're just going to be finishing it up today. Good to see you, friend. Yes, greater love has no one. Oh, favorite Bible verse. All right. Then he laid down his life for his friends. Oh, last Amy, let us know more about why that's your favorite. We'll go look it up in context. Oh, not what I was looking for. Did I just delete that? I did. I clicked on the wrong part of it, apparently. Drag you over here. Come on. Okay. It truly is, Poe, and I'm sure I have more fear on other days, but that may be the Lord's way to draw me to prayer. Yes. Where did you see Tangia? I'm watching. I gotta have a reference to know what it's doing. Sam, I'm like, how dare you reflect me and make me look like, oh, okay. Yep, I know what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Prayers for you, Sam. Amy, I have it next to my bed. Makes me know I'm loved beyond all measure, and that Jesus valued me more than his own life. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. So in context, we're at 13. So where's 13 come? Okay, so 13 does come here in the vine and branches. Ooh, this is a beautiful section. So I'm the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that does not bear fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes. So if you are bearing fruit, you get pruned. If you aren't bearing fruit, you get cut off. No matter which way, the vine dresser is going to take action that if you're cut off, you're not connected. If you're pruned, it's not going to always feel good. Last Amy, I used to be medicated for anxiety, but now I'm fine. I trust God and have faith in him and provision. I still get anxious, but God makes it go away without pills. And I'm fine if people need pills or don't need pills. And some there are chemical conditions which pills help with. So, but if you're able to do it without, Amy, that is amazing. That's fantastic. You want to punch my mirror and want to have a boxing match with it. Oh, Samarella, don't punch your mirror. Hurt your hand. I know there's people that punch walls. Actually, I've heard stories of people that punch walls, and they end up hitting the stud in the wall, thinking they're hitting drywall and going to punch a hole in it, and they hit the stud and break their hand. So I'm averse to punching things. I really am. But I hope hanging out here will help out, Samarella. Okay. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. This is so beautiful. Like the connection to Jesus is the thing that will produce fruit in us, not our own efforts. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, it is of both ways. Jesus needs to remain in us as we remain in him. You will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up and thrown into the fire and burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you. So Jesus is the word. Now he remains in us and the words remain in us. Ask whatever you will and it will be done. They're going to be in light with the words that are his words. This is to my Father's glory and to bear much fruit, showing yourself to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love. So how do we remain in love? By keeping his commands. Just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. So to remain in love is to continue in keeping with the commands, the instructions of the one who loves us. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Boom. And those are agape love, self-sacrificing love, giving of yourself on behalf of someone else, with not expecting anything in return. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down his life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I call you friends, for everything that I learned from the Father I have made known to you. You do not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in the name of my Father will be given you. This is my command: love each other. Oh, that's so good. And the love that we have for someone else is to give of ourselves on behalf of someone else so that we may suffer instead of them suffering. What a good verse, Amy. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. You still take some medication, but not like you used to? Yes. All right. There we go. Redeemed a favorite verse. Now we'll get back. Yeah, you love it. Yeah. Hey, Dolphin Chicken. Welcome in. Good morning. Okay. We were in the part of everybody having a seat here. And old what's-his-name is here, but no one knows his name because he does the wrong thing, old what's-his-name, as it were. And the village elders are there. Then Boaz said to the guardian, now look at how sly and shrewd Boaz is to reveal the truth of the man's heart. This is so beautiful. Naomi, pleasant, who has returned from the region of Moab, is selling the portion of land that belongs to our relative Elimelech. God is king. So I am legally informing you. Acquire it before those sitting here and before the leaders of my people. If, if you want to exercise your right to redeem it, then do so. But if, if do not tell me, so I will know. For you possess the first option to redeem it, and I am next in line after you. He replied, I'll redeem it. Like, land? Sure, I'll buy it. Then Boaz said, when you acquire the field. Okay, let me see if that's field, land, if that's what they're making a distinction here. Acquire the field. This is probably refers to the right of redemption and the use of the field. Yes, okay. When you acquire the field from Naomi, you must also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the wife of our deceased relative, in order to preserve his family name by raising up a descendant who will inherit his property. So you're going to buy the property, and as a consolation prize, you get Ruth the Moabitess. How's that sound? And not only that, by redeeming the land, your firstborn son will not be your firstborn son. It will be the firstborn son of Sickly. I think it's Sickly. Can't remember if her husband's name is Sickly or Frail. But anyway, like, the guy's like, the guardian said, oh, then I'm unable to redeem it, for I would ruin my own inheritance in that case. Okay. He doesn't really ruin his own inheritance in that case, right? Because the second son would retain the land, right? Isn't that's my understanding? So his second son would take his land, and the first son would take the other land. He doesn't ruin his own inheritance unless he believes that he would not inherit something that he has not yet to inherit. I'm not sure what it sounds to me like a lame excuse. Yeah, it's not entirely clear how acquiring Ruth and raising up another heir for the deceased Elimelech would ruin this individual's inheritance. Perhaps this means that the inheritance of his other children would be diminished. Whoopity-doo. This is a lame excuse. You may exercise my redemption option. You can take my option. You can take the buyout option here, for I'm unable to redeem it. Okay, here it appears that the acquisition of Ruth along with the land was an obligatory package deal. When you acquire the field from Naomi, you must acquire Ruth. Or, on the other hand, Boaz viewed marriage to Ruth as voluntary in 3:13. If he does not want to redeem you, I will redeem you, and present the acquisition of the field as voluntarily in 4:4. If you want to exercise your right, but if not, tell me. Initially, Boaz makes the transition appear to be a mere land deal. Yes, I love that. Then, when the nearest relative jumped at the land offer, Boaz confronted him with the attended social family obligation to marry Ruth, to raise up for her an heir of the deceased to inherit the very land. By conducting the transaction in public, where the close relative would need to save face, Boaz forced him either to reject the offer entirely or to include Ruth in the deal. But he could not take the land and reject Ruth. Either way, Ruth would be cared for, and Elimelech's line continued. But if he took Ruth, the acquisition of the land would be more economically burdensome than beneficial. So he yielded his purchase. I don't see where it'd be economically burdensome. He has possession of the land, and until until the son could take possession of the land. He would still have use of the land. It wouldn't be burdensome. I don't see that at all. Okay. Let me catch up on any chat. Bum, 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 bum. North Hill coming in. Thank you. And then fruit being passed around. Awesome. Thank goodness I can sleep in. Yes, absolutely. Thank goodness you can sleep in. You are up late, my friend. You are up late. Okay. So, he presents something that seems advantageous. The other thing with the redeeming the land here, although they never practice it, in practicality, the redeeming of the land, the purchase of the land would have only been until the year of Jubilee, and then it should have returned. So, you're only supposed to be purchasing the land for the amount of use left in it until the year of Jubilee, when it would revert back to the rightful lineage. They don't ever actually practice it, but that's what should have been happening here. Dolphin Chicken, I wanted to thank you for talking about the husband and giving. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so thankful. So thankful. I love connecting with people online, and I love to help give people hope. There's a lot to be, I think, grateful for. I have so much at least to be grateful for. I feel like even if I'm looking at it and going, I have all of this to do, and I have all these obligations, and I have all. It's still a blessing. Still a blessing. Calorie-free cookies, the best kind. Okay. I'm unable. Okay, there we are. In that case, you may exercise it. Okay. Now we're going to get into a custom thing, so they put it in parentheses. Now, this used to be the customary way to finalize a transaction involving redemption in Israel. A man would remove his sandals and give it to the other party. This was a legally binding act in Israel. So the guardian said to Boaz, "You may acquire it," and he removed his sandal. Okay, so you have a possession that verifies that the transaction is complete. How do I know? Here's his very sandal. He has to go get new sandals. I get to have, no, I'm guessing you get to keep it. Maybe it's just I remove it and hand it to you to affirm this. I've never really had that part clarified, if it's retaining it. Then Boaz said to the leaders of all the people, "You are witnesses today that I have acquired from Naomi all that belongs to Elimelech, Kilion, and Mahlon. So I have gotten all that belongs to my goddess king, sickly and frail. I have also acquired friendship, the Moabite, the wife of Mahlon, and my wife, to raise up a descendant who will inherit his property, so the name of the descendant might not disappear from among his relatives and from his village." So here's the thing that doesn't make sense. Boaz does not see that having the first child who will inherit the land he just purchased as any issue for the inheritance of his other children or threatening his own inheritance. The other kinsman redeemer did. Only in so much as it was an excuse. That's it. Only in so much as it was an excuse. Now, had he had another woman in mind, or was courting, or promised or pledged in marriage of any kind, he could have said, I'm already pledged in marriage, or I'm already intending to be pledged in marriage, and therefore I cannot take Ruth the Moabitess. He does not make that excuse. He gives the excuse of inheritance, which really, I think, tells us where his heart is. Okay. Okay, from the village. Here we are. 31. "You are witnesses today." All the people who were at the gate and the elders reply, "We are witnesses. May the Lord make the woman who is entering your house like Rachel and Leah, both of whom built up the house of Israel." Okay, so if you don't know, here's foreshadowing. This is the foreshadowing beginning. "May you prosper in Ephrathah and become famous in Bethlehem." Really? Really? Yeah. "May your family become like that of Perez, who Tamar bore to Judah." Here's the connection to Tamar. the one who is an outsider, who did justice, righteousness when Judah would not. And here we have another man who would not, who will not be named. Through the descendants the Lord gives by this young woman. Oh, this is so rich. We got the foreshadowing to the future, the connection back to the past, the blessing over this woman who is not even present, and you, Boaz, for stepping in to do the thing that should be done, although what's his name over here won't do it. So Boaz married Ruth and slept with her. Okay, that's just probably going to say and knew her. And approached her. The verb to take acts as an idiom, meaning to take as wife to marry. The phrase means to come or to approach, but it is also used as a euphemism. Okay. So they just translated the euphemism instead of letting it be there, but it's not know. It's not the yada, to know, experiential knowledge. It's an idiom for just sexual relations. Okay. The Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. The village women said to Naomi. So now remember, the village women were here when Naomi returned. And they were excited that she was returning, and she said, I am bitter. So we need to have that in mind when we read through this. May the Lord be praised because he has not left you without a guardian today. May he become famous in Israel. So they are blessing the child and they are blessing Naomi, where at the city gates they blessed Boaz and they blessed Ruth. So now we have two more individuals receiving blessings. He will encourage you and provide for you when you are old. For your daughter-in-law who loves you has given him birth. She is better to you than 7 sons. 7, the number of totality complete. Like, she doesn't matter how many sons you could have. She's better than any number of sons you could have. That's how good Ruth is. And I'm like, yep. Naomi took the child and placed him in her lap. She became his caregiver, his nurse. But this refers to a dry nurse, not a medical attendant, and cared for him. Okay. Yeah, so not thinking of wet nurse. That's like, you may have, for instance, with Moses, okay? When Pharaoh's daughter finds Moses, she needs a wet nurse to nurse him until he's old enough to be weaned, and happens to go find the mother. Here's not that case. Naomi's not, unless there's some miracle happening here that's not mentioned in the text or implied, I don't think, place, and she became his caregiver, became his nurse, the one that cares for him. The neighborhood women gave him a name saying, a son has been born to Naomi. They named him Obed. Now he became the father of Jesse, David's father. Okay, Obed means one who serves, perhaps anticipating how he would help Naomi. So he's going to take care of you in your own age. And so a son has been born to Naomi. They call him Obed. One who serves, just like his father. These are the descendants of Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nakshan. Nakshan was the father of Salma. Salman was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. And Jesse was the father of David. Okay. The generations. Okay. Salman is a variant of Salma in the preceding line. And the theological message of the book of Ruth may be summarized as follows. Okay, yeah. We just read the book. We don't need you to summarize it for us. We read it. So Naomi is Jima, where the grandson spends a majority of his time outside of his own home. That's also, isn't that salmon? No, Salmon. Okay, we can go look up. We haven't looked up many names in this part. We did in the beginning. Come on. Okay, well, let's go look up Salmon. Best baby. Oh, Totes. I don't remember what Salmon means. It's one of those names that we come across, and I just don't remember.
Strong's H 8012. Salmon. Salmon.
Sorry, I got to turn my volume down. It's way too loud for me. But I was in a Zoom call yesterday with somebody who I needed to turn the volume all the way. So garment. Wait. Let me go back to the... Is Salmon the father? Oh my. So garment. So go back to Ruth saying, spread your wings or your garment over me. Ooh, is that a connection to his father? Of the fatherly line of the... I don't know directly, but just like a little play there it could be. I'm watching. I think that the baby... let me just make sure I'm not missing anything on the side there. I think that the baby, the gift of her baby to Naomi, was also a way to bring joy to her heart after she lost so much. Babies can be such magical creatures to individuals who are depressed. Just a thought. They can also be a little stinky. Yes. No, I don't disagree with it at all. There is the loss of hope that Naomi has. She has lost all hope. She's really lost all will to live. She feels like she is cursed. And it turns out the thing that she wanted to reject turns out to be the thing that brings her blessing. There's the beautifulness of it. The other thing that I love is how God uses the unexpected to do extraordinary things. So here we have Ruth, who is righteous and upright in character, who is doing all of the right things, and is demonstrating self-sacrificial love for everyone else around her. She is not self-seeking. She is not self-serving. She is a true friend to Naomi. And like, why do we not get more story after this? Why do we only get the... Okay, so this is a normal hero's tale. So Naomi would potentially be the hero in the story if we're following the normal arc of a hero's tale. Let me just change cams for a minute. If you don't know the arc of a hero's tale, you have paradise lost, and then some kind of struggle, and then you end up returned to paradise. So we have that in the story. So the hero's loop happens, but you have 4 people go out in the beginning. One of them survives, brings another person along in the story that's going to work the way to bring Naomi back to paradise. So Naomi's in paradise, leaves paradise because of trouble, ends up spiraling downward worse in that, has an unexpected hero in there, has another companion along the way, and restoration happens so that paradise happens. So like this is a whole arc of a nice hero's story is played out there of paradise lost, paradise restored. It's so beautiful. And then you have this beautiful love story that happens on top of it, of the humility and grace and love of both people acting on behalf of other people, not taking anything in selfish way whatsoever. And the one person that comes in to act like a very selfish, egotistical person is what's his name? That's it. Supersonic. Catch him! Welcome in, friend. Beautiful. My grandma was so special to me. She's with the Lord, lived to be 100. My wife's grandmother, I should say grandmothers, and great-grandmother were grandmothers to me more than my own. And that's just kind of the way it is. My one grandmother died when I was young, and she lived out of state and didn't get to see her very often. And the other one, let me put it this way. When I talk about my mom's father and mother, I say this lovingly, but I joke around that my grandfather is practically immortal. He's 99.9% preservatives because he's already been distilled. And my grandmother is just too ornery to die. She is going to spite everyone by outliving them. That's my grandmother. My grandmother never wanted to have girls, and my mother has felt that sting her whole life. And since I am the descendant of the girl, we're mostly not worthy in my family either, other than my sister, who she thinks who has a middle name that may have been named for her but was named after another person. But that's the only one with any standing in my grandmother's eyes. So you just saw the purple box pop up, asked if I wanted to collab with you, and nearly panicked. Oh, crude. Did I forget to turn OBS off yesterday? I did. Phew. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. This is one of the things that when I was talking with some people about the collab thing, they're like, yeah, I don't know that the collab thing is great from the standpoint of it can just show up or when you raid, it automatically, you can knock. And it's like, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it shouldn't just be an automatic thing that's there. I have done a couple of collab streams. I want to do some more. Let's just look at a few other things. We finished Ruth for today. I don't want to start another book. I will figure out next week what we're doing next week. Couple of things here. We are passing the cap for Mel's cousin, who did lose a house in the fire out in LA. And so it's almost 70% to the goal. Almost 70% to the goal. So if you're able to help Liz, she is an artist, please feel free to give. Oh, thank you. I didn't switch back. If you're able to give, please give as you are able and keep them in your prayers. We can't help everybody, but we can help one family at a time directly. So there's a way in which we can give and help others. Also, Blessing Boat is tomorrow. If you do not know Blessing Boat, it is a once-a-month raid party, and there's games and giveaways, and the goal is to help those who are not affiliate become affiliate on Twitch. So Christian, family-friendly streamers raid from one to another. It starts at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and goes throughout the day. So if you want to join in, participate in that, find some new, good, friendly streamers to do, you can do that. Last name, blood families can be tricky, as well as spiritual families. Thank God for teaching us how to love your... Oh, yes. Yes, Blessing Boat. I think it starts at a weird hour your time. Oh, yeah, definitely. It roughly starts in 12 hours from now, last Amy. So it would start at the top of the hour would be when it would be starting 24 hours from now. 24 hours from now is when it'll start. So that is definitely a weird time for you. What else? 18 hours behind? Yes. Yeah, it'll start 4 a.m. Yeah, you pop in when you're awake, but that also means it's starting on Sunday for you, not on Saturday. Okay, was there something else that I was thinking to talk about, to share? Trying to recall. I should just live my life Eastern time with how much I'm online. you, um, some people could. For sleep rhythms, probably not a beneficial thing for your body for sleep rhythms, but you could try to do that. You only work afternoons and max 15 hours a week, so sleep schedule isn't a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, well, my son works a schedule that goes from first shift, second shift, third shift, and rotates, and he doesn't know more than 3 weeks in advance what his schedule is or what shift he'll be on. Um, you can suggest games. I don't know. I mean, one day, yes, maybe, but I don't know. On some level, I find it difficult playing games with other people, but I want to get good at it. And you know what I was just thinking I haven't played in a minute was marbles. Let me just pull marbles up a minute. It's probably got an update here. Yeah, he's got wacky hours, and like he might be 2 days on one shift, and then 3 days on another shift, and then go 5 days on a shift. Yeah. Yeah. What is the weather like tomorrow? At least once a month, community games. Yeah. You have PS5 and a Switch. You game now, and then, but not heaps. Okay. Yes, marbles is downloading content. I don't even know if did I set up gaming? Let me look here. If I even set up a game, I did have game. I don't know what's going to happen when I click this. So oh, I'm in the tiny corner. Okay. I did set this up. I must have streamed a game not too long ago then. It's not. Oh, there it goes. Like I say, it was not opening for me. Now it is. I think I've seen someone else playing this. Maybe it was you, but I think before you, I may have seen someone else playing it as well. And I don't know. I'm not the greatest fan of trivia from the standpoint of playing a computer game for trivia. Like I'm more interested like well, I was just on vacation, and like one of the things that they do on cruise ships is they like have trivia going on 2-3 times a day, and they'll have different themes for trivia. And then you go in and you ask, "Hey, Altus Rebbe, welcome in. Shalomi, my homies." They'll have different questions, different topics. So it might be 80s music, and then you go in and you got to answer trivia and all of that. Like I've done those a few times. I just don't find it super exciting answering trivia. And yeah, you can win prizes, and I might have the ability to do it. I'm just not the biggest fan. It's dark outside to be determined what the weather is. Yes. Oh, it's the game that Lucis likes making clips. Uh-oh. I should have, but I was enjoying your reaction too much. Oh, okay, you didn't. I'm watching. I just thought you'd have fun with it. Oh, that's fine. I appreciate that. Also, if you had to be really honest, I'm just for you. Oh, yeah, yeah. You're wanting my reactions. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay. Okay. Launching, running install. So it's still working on Marbs because I haven't played it in so long. But it says sunny here. with a low of 54 and a high of 70. We do Celsius, though. I had to put it in American lingo. Thank you. Appreciate it. August 10th. Plenty of time to get used to the thought. Okay. Maybe. Well, if we're doing a collab, sure. Maybe. 6:42 and 9 p.m. Ooh, that sounds nice for the sun. We're on less hours than that. Okay. If those who just came in, I'm trying to open Marbles on stream, and it's having to, update because it's been a hot second since I played Marbles. I do have to practice doing collabs this year, but I don't have Google Chrome or Firefox. Hopefully, they'll update it till all the browsers can use it. Oh, Ruth was good. Ruth was good. Altus, you got any extra insights to share with us from Ruth? Ruth is one of my all-time favorites. That's why we're doing it on Fridays. My favorites on Fridays. So. Still updating. Maybe it'll be ready by next Friday. Oh, it's not Fire. Yeah, I think you have to do it on Chrome. Amy, Pickle, my dog, is under a blanket and her head on a pillow next to me, snoring away like a little piggy. She's 15 and in fine health. God is good. Oh, yeah, that sounds like it. And you share a lot of pictures of Pickles. I think that's a fun name. That's a fun name. Oh, good then. No snow will come tomorrow, even though it's forecasted. All right, Marbs is not opening up, so that's not happening apparently. It's updating. Still running. Okay, might as well just leave this. I was just checking to see what it looked like. I can go back to this. I have a wedding that I'm doing today, and so otherwise there's some things I'm going to talk about this next week, but next week is affiliate anniversary next Friday. So I will be doing something, I don't know exactly what it is that I'll be doing, but I got a wedding to prepare for today. I've got some taxes to do. I've got some other things online to try to work on. But I've got my fish stream over here on the side. I want to get into the collab. I did a couple of, co-working. I did a couple of co-working with that, but as I switched my rigs up, I don't have a camera set up yet on that the other stream, so I just need to get that set up, and I'll be able to do some co-working streams. I still think I want to do the co-working on the fish channel, but it'll be me. I'd love to eventually get an avatar over there. So maybe I'll spend some time working on that, trying to figure out how to get an avatar. Then I don't need a cam. Let me ask you this. If you're doing an avatar that just does a little bit of movement, does it move off of your voice and you don't need a camera? Is that true? Or do you not know anybody? I know I'm watching you. You have an avatar. Do you need a camera for the avatar to work, or can the avatar just work off of your voice? Because if it can just work off your voice, then I might do that. Yes, a Friday wedding. Exactly. It's a Friday wedding. Yep. Oh, and I just got asked earlier this week to do another wedding, which I haven't said yes to because I'm still waiting to hear back on if I'm moving to New York or not moving to New York. Ruth's statement of where you will go, I will go, is agreement with the exiled when the Jews are exiled. Where you die, I will die is an agreement to be judged by the same laws and join the Jewish people in a shared death if someone wishes to destroy them. Ooh, that's even deeper than I was thinking. I wasn't thinking of the exile piece of that, but in agreement to be a part of the people and whatever befalls the people, but I wasn't specifically thinking about exile ever as I read that through. but the where you go, I will go. It it also being that she is a Moabite has meaning because the Moabites would not aid the Jews where they went and when they were exiles. They would not aid them. And now Ruth is saying, contrary to my people, I will be part of your people, and whatever aid I can give will be given. Yeah, Amy, it's summer. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's the opposite of what I have. But bring on winter so I can take Pickles to the beach and Bay Park in a stroller. Silly bylaw. Oh, you have to take her in a stroller? That's weird. Not on a leash? Lucis, you think of moose in the face? I thought that, but I'm not sure. A few statements of Ruth are her convictions, and that was originally seen as the ideal format for converts. Oh, I totally agree. Totally agree on that level of it. Yes, that makes sense. I'm watching. My avatar works off my voice, and I don't even use a camera. That's what I wondered. So I might just spend more time trying to work on getting an avatar over there. I don't know. Maybe if I'm doing co-working, you still want a camera. You just parked her wherever I want her on the screen. I see that part, yeah. Epitome moves from his face. Okay. Maybe there's different styles. If they're getting facial reactions or they're just generic. Oh, error. Steam had an error. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I know why. It says I'm logged on another computer, which I am. I gotta get a separate account for my fish channel to use Steam. Okay. That needs to get fixed. Okay. So that messed that up. And it just shut down. It just shut down. Anyway. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. Let me know if you can hear the noise. If you go to New York, please take us with you. Well, you will be welcome to come visit. I'm waiting to hear back. They asked the church I was talking with. Can you hear that? Is the volume too loud? I'm gonna turn the volume down regardless. They want to do another interview with me and want that set up the end of the month. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on that interview. Channel Point Redemption suggestion. Pick my tea. We pick the tea you'll sip during the stream from a list you provide that applies to the stream for the next. Yeah, it's going to have to be for the next day. I'll take that into consideration. What I need to do before probably doing that, I have two options for what I drink in the morning. That's all I have currently. So I need to get more options. Yeah, today conversions are much more complicated, I imagine. But originally conversions were simply just accepting upon yourself the few sentences of Ruth. And to me, well, to me that makes sense. But yeah, I understand you might need more on some level to prove it and not just say it. But Lucis, like once he was streaming a sermon he had done, he faced the camera on his phone to that screen and his avatar was moving a lot more. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. No, the law is no dogs at the beach and Bay Park. Oh, over the summers, Pickle has... Okay. Okay. So it's a summer rule, and in the winter you can go. Okay. The stroller is just relevant to Pickles, not relevant to... Okay. I was like, that seems like a weird rule to me. Dogs must be in strollers. Little People, that's such a great name. Little People just bounces, blinks, and talks, but she's so cute. Oh, absolutely. It's really low? Okay. Well, it's just the noise of the music in the background for... wow, this is new. I'm just looking. Okay. Let me go back over to and see what happens. Is it going to work? There we go. Yay. Yay, I did it. Okay. Well, it's just background music, so it doesn't need to be really high at all. But it seems loud for me. Pickles has her own Spotify account, so she can listen to music at home when you're out and can actually listen to music on your earbuds. Oh, yes. Oh, I didn't even notice the caps. I didn't even notice it. Herbal tea pharmacy. I'm working towards more herbals. That's for sure. Yeah, I will buy more flavors first. That's for sure. Altus. And I'm going to go ahead and get this started. And I'll keep up with chat. So let me select 3 races. 4 races, whatever. And we can... I don't know. I'm just going to pick. There we go. Is it going to go? Is it not going to go? There we go. Okay, should be exclamation point play to join. Ruth 310. You have done more kindness in the latter and then at the beginning. In this, it is explained by sages that Boaz was the next of kin, but she could have asked a much younger and more attractive kin to marry. However, she wanted to uphold the highest standard of the law, thus doing this old man a great kindness. Ruth was beautiful and young. Boaz was old and ugly. Yep. Yeah, we talked about that. I also think there's more to it than that as well. But yeah, her kindness is also caring for Naomi, you know, and extending that to be obedient to Naomi. Whatever it takes. The weird thing is you can take pickles down to the main central business district all year. Okay. Exclamation point play in the chat. Oh, I didn't start the countdown. So exclamation point play in the chat. You got 60 seconds. You got 60 seconds. All is vanity. Herbs, the original pills, yes. Song request is now playing. That's so weird that Stream Elements thinks I'm doing music at times. False is grace, vain is beauty. A God-fearing woman, let her be praised. The gates of her very own deeds. Woman of valor, yes. And we talked about how the phrase that he uses of her is the same one used in Psalm 31. The gates are where the elders would sit and talk. Yes, absolutely. You have an old dude goes nuts at me pushing pickles in a stroller at the Bay Park once because he thought it was still summer, but it wasn't for 3 weeks. Oh, okay. You got to add? Oh, well, I can't dismiss the ad. We're going to game. The game is afoot, ladies and gentlemen. The game is afoot. I'm not good at controlling. It's been a while. I promise I'm not trying to win to be the winner. I just like to place. There we go. There we go. Who's in the lead? Supersonic saved by grace. Oh, nope. Nope. Well, it says you are, but somebody's ahead of you. Oh, that must be the fastest Marb. Last Amy coming up. Luce is looking good. I'm in there somewhere. But Supersonic way, way out chasing the marble with the fastest time. Hey, welcome in, friend. Good to see you. Ooh, we're taking different routes. I love when we can take different routes. Oh, there's my marble. I just took a big jump, splatted. Oh, this is the target area. I forget about that. Winner! Supersonic! There we go. Final results. I landed sooner, but landed farther. It's a target race, and I was outside the bullseye. Yay, yay me. Okay, next map. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I've got to get ready for a wedding today, so rather than jump into another passage, I just decided let's do a little Marbs on stream, and then we'll end. Plus, I was getting ready for a Phil University next week. You told the council, and they said to call the police if it happens again. Yeah, it can be scary. Yeah, you know what? My wife and I have just been talking about that more recently, about how things can turn scary. Well, hey, Warrior, welcome in. Yeah, I haven't played this in forever either. Yeah, it took like, 10 minutes to update. Yes, it's 10 a.m. So this will be 24 hours. Blessing Boat will be starting. Exclamation point play. I guess I have to click the start the countdown. It used to start automatically. Yes, it is 10 a.m. my time, which is when the Blessing Boat starts my time in 24 hours. So if you have not, go check out the Blessing Boat. It's fantastic. I may have time to hang out tomorrow, which I don't always. You know what? I'm liking the move to the first of the month, Warrior. If other people are saying otherwise, I'm finding I'm more open to being available to at least catch part of the stream. So I think that's good, which I think was part of the goal. Yes, exclamation point play. Oh, sorry. Is it second of the month? Sorry. It moved up a week is what I meant to say. It moved up a week from the second from the third to the second. That's what I meant. Even a dog in a pram will make some people angry. Oh, I know. Well, I've seen Stranger Things. Okay, let me get on the game here. I'm watching you people in the lead. Who will be second? We do not know. We don't need to know. I'm watching is out in front. Boom! Shakalaka with the fantastic jump. Who's going to go next? Will someone get yeeted? Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. There we go. All looks like safe landings. I'm watching still up in. Oh. That looked like it could have been a yeet. Wade Mock coming in. Warrior coming in. Lucis coming in. Ooh, I like the Marb there, Wade. Very nice. Very nice. Ooh, stair step. Okay, enough of that. All right. Okay, here's a possible yeet. Can you make it? Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! On track for the win! Boom! I'm watching you people with the win. Boom! Looks like I'm going to be okay. Oh, supersonic! Oh, you made it. I thought you were going to yeet there. Thought there was a possible yeet. I'm watching you people with the win. Mr. Hanhito, who is the greatest businessman in the Bible? Ooh. It won't last. It did. You made it. Let me think about that. Don't answer yet. I like riddle type of puns in the Bible. The businessman. Ooh, why am I not thinking of this? Okay, I can't think of it. I know I'm gonna love it. Who is it? Who is Job? Just kidding. Yeah. Noah, he kept all his stocks afloat while the whole world was in liquidation. I knew it was going to be good. Thank you, Mr. Harito. Hanito. Hahito. Sorry, I want to say it right. Hahito. Thank you, Mr. Hahito. Hope I'm saying that well. Exclamation point play, I should join as well. I'll start the countdown. It's so funny. Song request is playing. Streamlabs, you are hilarious. I'm gonna have to look here. We got the countdown. I'm looking real quick. I rearranged my office, so it may be back there. I'm gonna have to look. I have an ARC book of riddles that I had as a kid. I'm going to do some of those on stream for Streamiversary next Friday. We'll be doing that. Who was the most business savvy woman in the Bible? Ooh. Oh, we got 10 seconds. I'm still thinking about it. Let's give some answers in the chat if anyone has an idea. Business savvy woman. It's going to be. My brain was going to. Lot's wife because she had salt, but that's not going to be a good answer. Zacchaeus was the best businessman because he converted earthly wealth into heavenly riches. Ooh, Miriam. Ooh, that's a good choice. I don't think that's going to be the choice for a fun joke. What are you doing back there, Wywis? Dude's having a spaz out there back there. I don't know. Sorry, I lost track of where we were, but we're still going good. Whoa! What was that all about? Oh, I jumped in there. It was weird. I'm watching you people. Was in the lead. Oh, wait. Was I just suddenly? What happened there? Oh, wow. Oh, this is time past the fastest time. I was confused there for a minute, thinking I was gaining on the fastest time. The woman in Proverbs? Yeah, that would be what you think, but if it's supposed to be a fun joke, I'm going to say no. Ooh, I thought I was just going to eat there. I'm thinking someone... like Rachel or Leah. I don't know. Am I gonna... I won! I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It happened. It never happens. There we go. Wow. I gotta win. Boost and turbo. I don't think it works. Okay. What's the answer? What is the most business savvy woman in the Bible? Pharaoh's daughter. Oh, there we go. Yes. I knew I'd heard that one before, and I was racking my brain. She visited the bank of the Nile, and she pulled out a little profit. Thanks for giving us a chance to answer that before giving us the answer, because I like puzzling through those things, and here's one. Why did Noah, and I'm getting the right person, why did Noah punish the chickens? Why did Noah punish the chickens? Hey, Johnny Darko, exclamation point play if you want to join in. Anybody else? Exclamation point play if you want to jump in. I'll give you guys a chance to think about why did Noah punish the chickens? I'm gonna save more of these for next Friday. We're gonna do that. We're gonna definitely do that. Thinking Crocs from Zelda, hey? The suspense is killing me. Just lurking, but the chicken question is intriguing. LOL. Yes. It's one of my favorite. So it's in the Ark Book of Riddles. I used to go around with joke books all the time as a kid. I want to say on 3 separate occasions, my mom threw this joke book out. And I found it in the trash when I went to throw something out, and I rescued it from the trash. She later took it away. Oh, you got it? Yes, you can answer. If you have the answer, absolutely tell it. It'll still be funny. It'll still be funny if you got it. Woo! Look at that. I'm watching you people. Yes, exactly, because they were using foul language. Oh, you got yeeted. You hate to see it. Do you know Boaz was ruthless before he got married? Where is the info on that? Because the way that his servants talk about him, I would not understand it that way. You need this book. My mom threw away a book because I just kept wanting to read it. Yes. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? Don't know. Jesus had one parent, but Joshua had none. Ruthless. Oh, you got yeeted. You hate to see it. Last Amy, can you make it? You're your only hope. You're our only hope. Everyone else has been yeeted. Winner is nobody. Nobody. Who was the who was the youngest person to use foul language in the Bible? Oh, hey, matey. Joshua, son of Nun. Oh, yes. You're Altus. Well, I usually just tell that last part. Who in the Bible had no parents? Joshua, he was the son of Nun. Nobody finished that one. There was way too much glee in the Yeet announcement. It's just like a soccer goal. It doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, he didn't lose, but I didn't win either. Yes. Okay. I got yeeted as well. So, I mean, everyone got yeeted. Okay, I don't know who the youngest person to use foul language in the Bible was. I'm not even, can't even think in that direction. It's funny, song request is playing. Okay. I think I've done this one. Job, he cursed the very day. Oh, very, very well played. Very well. I couldn't even go in that direction. I couldn't even think of it. Thank you. You've got a nice selection here, Mr. Hanhito of Bible jokes. These are fantastic. We're gonna have to. That is definitely going to be a redeem for next Friday. Is going to be a bad Bible joke. Who's the greatest comedian in the Bible? Oh, who is the greatest comedian in the Bible? Is it going to be Sarah because she laughed? I'm wondering if that is. Or is it the travelers who make her laugh? I'm trying to think who laughs in the Bible. Wow, at least curvy ones are so hard to know. Oh, where are we up? Chovy! Hey, get a shout out for Chovy if we didn't get one earlier. If you're not following Chovy, if you're not following Warrior of Light, go give those a. If you guys didn't give shout outs, I wasn't paying attention. You might have already done that. But you need to be following some of these people in here. Fantastic streamers. Fantastic friend. Oh, look we're on the slow road to nowhere. The slow road to no. Warrior, just boom. Bada boom. Warrior showing us how it's done. Take an alt route. Let's get there. Who's next? Are we going to go? Warrior for the win. Supersonic, Chovy, Wade Mock. Come on, guys. You can do it. God, he even laughs at his enemies. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, you play a lot of water. You play Sea of Thieves and such, so that makes sense you'd win in the water one. Final results. Dun, dun, dun. Warrior up to 16 points. Ooh. Altus. Why did Solomon have so many wives and was still sad and lament? Because even with 900, he still couldn't figure out what they wanted. Woo! Good, the marble is a boat. Oh, here we're going to find out the results. This level has all the speed of Duck Simulator. Yeah, why? There we go. Warrior of Light in third place. Oh, I thought with those points you might have been in first. I love the ship on the boat. I got second. That means I'm watching in first place. Man, that ship, Marb, is awesome, dude. I love that. I just got one that I could get, you know. Yeah, I want the punchline. No, I want the punchline. I can't think of the answer. Go ahead with the punchline. All right. I would play more. I was just getting it ready. Samson, he brought the house down. Oh, see, sometimes these are just in totally different directions you're not thinking. You're not thinking at all. That was so awesome. That was good. That was good. Okay. Come on, not Marbs. That's not what I'm saying. Come on, mouse. There we go. Come on, mouse. Okay. Gonna go ahead and shut down the Marbs. We played a good game of it. You haven't night binged. I think my meds were causing it, and so taking them in the morning. Have not been back to SOT for quite some times. Yes. Okay, last one. Which book of the Bible is only 80% truth? Ruth. Because if it was, yes. Ruth, but yes. Sorry. I should have given other people another chance to answer, but we just studied Ruth. So it was like, oh, yeah, I know what you're doing there. It's only 80% truth. You take the T off, and it's 4 letters left. So, yeah, that's all good. All right. Hey, thanks all for being here. I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on and going on. Ruth minus the T. Yes, Chovy. Yep. I'm going to talk a whole lot about that next week of what I've got going on. If you're not over here at the Church Digital, please come on over and hang out there. I am doing and we'll be talking more about a course on equipping digital missionaries. So that's what I've been working on and doing with the Church Digital is we're developing a course to do and help people be digital missionaries. I'm specifically working with Aki from Aki and Fam and going to be revising that and helping it to be specifically focused for gaming digital missionaries. And so helping any of you who already are a digital missionary do it better and maybe think through some things you have not already done. Or going, well, I'm a streamer, but am I a missionary? And thinking through some of those things. So I probably won't start another course until April. We will be having a digital... I have to think about this. We will be having a digital conference in April. We're going to be talking all about that on Tuesday. So I'll start sharing more info on all of that as we go forward. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be fundraising for myself to do that, raise support to do that, even if I don't end up with a church in New York. If I end up in the church in New York, I'll be doing it, but at a slower pace. So next Friday, I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of things that I've got going on, that I've got planned for this year, that are going on in my life, that are going on in ministry. And also, I've got this channel. I'm going to be streaming over on the Church Digital channel. I've got my Fish channel. Not planning on adding any more. Want to do some collabs. Want to do some game stuff. We were talking about the game stuff, and what I might do is simulcast here and the Church Digital stream of the gaming, so you can find me here or over there. I'm going to do some podcasting of interviewing people. I'm going to do that over on the other channel, not this one. So, keeping some of those things separate. What do you call someone who only believes 12.5% of the Bible? Doing a do-over on the last one. 20% of the 12.5% of the Bible. I was thinking 20% would just be I. Just take the letter I out of Bible, but that's not going to be it because that's only half of it. Don't know. I can't think of an answer on that one. That's more tricky than the 20 or 80%. Why was Dinah considered a good employee? Because she only had one job her whole life. Backstory: Dinah is said to be the wife of Job. Oh, okay. Sorry. My brain was going to Dinah, the sister, an atheist. Wow. Whew. Okay. So so it's just the name of Job's wife. Okay. Did not know that. I was thinking you were going with the sister Dina, not Dinah, who was raped, and then her brother. I'm like going, what job did she have? But anyway, all right. Let's find someone to raid. Oh no, the atheist is pretty good. I just wasn't thinking that direction. I was all right. Why did Peter deny Jesus? Ooh. It was the one who was violated. Yeah. That's who I was thinking of exactly. Oh, I haven't been there in a little bit. Oh, you know what? If you want to do some more marbles, we could go over to someone who's doing marbs on stream. Oh, no, wait. Winkari, I've not seen him in a while. I'm going over to Winkari. Winkari was one of the first people that I was following on stream, and then he moved to Japan to be a missionary, and then later moved back because he healed his mother-in-law. Oh my goodness. I feel guilty. Yeah, I do too. I feel really guilty at that. Okay, we're gonna go over to Winkari. All right. Let me send you off with a blessing. May God's seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with me, reading the Bible with me, sharing love towards one another, praying with one another. It is such a blessing to be part of a community like this and to have people like you in my life. I miss that so much when I'm on vacation, and I thank you to be able to come back and have such joy when I return. You are fantastic. Now let's go and let's bless other people wherever we go today. Roll them beautiful bean. Oh, sorry, I want to say roll that beautiful bean footage, but it's credits. It's not. I gotta get better credits. I know.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live.
Stream so that I can just stay there and you can co-work with me.
Reading from the book, the word so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream, spreading love